The last day of fun, Uncle Gary the T-Rex was excited. It was the last day of the fair. The air was filled with the scent of popcorn and cotton candy, and the sound of laughter echoed all around.
He put on his best hat, a bright red one with a feather on top. He'd been saving it for a special occasion just like this.
His nephew, Deeno the Dino, was excited too. Deeno had been looking forward to this day for weeks. He had even made a list of all the rides he wanted to go on.
He put on his best shoes, shiny and new. He wanted to make sure he could run to all his favorite rides without any trouble.
Whiskers the cat was excited too. Whiskers loved the fair, especially the games where he could win prizes.
He put on his best bow tie, a blue one with little fish patterns. He thought it made him look very dapper.
They all walked to the fair together. The sun was shining brightly, and the sky was a perfect shade of blue. What a fun day it would be. They could already see the Ferris wheel turning in the distance and hear the cheerful music from the carousel. Uncle Gary, Deeno, and Whiskers couldn't wait to start their adventure. They planned to try every ride, play every game, and eat all the delicious treats they could find. It was going to be a day to remember. The fair was full of people. The air was filled with laughter and the smell of delicious food. They rode the Ferris wheel, its bright lights twinkling against the evening sky. They ate cotton candy, the sweet treat melting in their mouths. They played games, trying to win stuffed animals and other prizes. Suddenly, a man in a big hat called out,
"Uncle Gary, come here."
Uncle Gary was surprised. He looked around, wondering who was calling him. He walked to the stage, his heart pounding with curiosity and excitement. The crowd parted to let him through, and he could feel everyone's eyes on him.
Uncle Gary, you are a hero. You saved a little girl from a runaway popcorn ball.
The crowd erupted in applause. He gave Uncle Gary a big medal. The medal gleamed under the carnival lights, and Uncle Gary's face lit up with pride and joy. He couldn't believe it. The little girl he had saved ran up to him and gave him a big hug. Everyone cheered, and Uncle Gary felt like the luckiest man in the world. The fair continued, but now it was even more special for Uncle Gary. He would never forget this day. Uncle Gary blushed.
It wasn't just me. Deeno and Whiskers helped too.
The man smiled. He gave Deeno and Whiskers medals too. Everyone cheered. To celebrate, they had a party. They ate ice cream and cake. They sang songs and danced. It was the best party ever.
Remember the funny clown?
He made a silly face.
And the roller coaster? That was so much fun.
They all laughed. They had so many good memories. The fair was amazing. But even though it was fun, it was important to be safe.
Always stay with a grown-up.
And drink lots of water.
Don't touch anything hot.
Like popcorn machines or lights.
And if you see fire, tell a grown-up right away.
Staying safe meant the fun could continue. The sun started to set. It was time for one last ride. They rode the Ferris wheel high in the air. They could see the whole fair. The lights twinkled below. The music played. It was beautiful.
It's sad to see it end.
But we'll be back next year.
He smiled.
And so will all of you.
He called to the people below. The people cheered. They waved goodbye.
See you next year.
The fair was almost over, but the memories would last forever. Uncle Gary, Deeno, and Whiskers walked home under the soft glow of the streetlights. The sky was painted in hues of deep blue and purple as the sun had just set. They were tired but happy, their hearts still racing with excitement from the day's adventures. They had so much fun at the fair. The laughter, the games, the thrilling rides. It was a day to remember. They couldn't wait to go back next year and relive the magic. But now, it was time for bed. The trio entered their cozy home, the warmth inside welcoming them. They changed into their pajamas, brushed their teeth, and got ready for a good night's sleep. Uncle Gary tucked Deeno and Whiskers into their beds, giving each a gentle kiss on the forehead. They snuggled into their soft, warm blankets and closed their eyes, letting the memories of the day wash over them. They dreamt of Ferris wheels spinning under the starry sky, the sweet taste of cotton candy melting in their mouths, and the joyous sounds of the fair. What a wonderful day it had been. As they drifted off to sleep, they knew that tomorrow would bring new adventures and more fun. But for now, it was time to rest and recharge for the exciting days ahead.